Moving to a new city could be extremely overwhelming, especially if you do not know any of the parts of the city or the neighboring cities as well. Toronto, if you are looking to move here or move away from here, Toronto is very expensive. And that's why a lot of people, when they come, they'll land in Toronto because that's where they know. And then once they're here, they kind of branch out. So for this video, I just wanted to kind of explain the neighboring cities around. So if Toronto is out of reach affordability wise, then you know the other areas. I was born and raised on the west side of Toronto in Brampton, and then now I'm on the east side in Whitby. So I've kind of ranged the whole way, and you're getting this opinion from somebody who's lived here in his entire life. And Toronto is an area that I would only come pretty much to visit on weekends and stuff. When I was growing up, I've never lived here, and I never had the urge to live here. Without too much more, let's just kind of jump into, if you're looking to move close to Toronto, what other areas might work for you as well. My name is Brad Gates. I'm a local realtor here in the Greater Toronto area. So if you are looking to move here or away from here and you need that help, all you have to do, call, text, email, send a carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you. And I'm here to make everything go so much easier. So we'll get into it. I'll start off by just explaining the areas on the west side. And then as I'm continuing through to the areas on the east side, I will kind of show you what those areas are all about. So we'll start on the west side first. We'll start with Mississauga. It's the closest area within Toronto on the west side, and it shares the GO line. So you can get train access full, and it's good for that. So if you are looking to move here or away from here, you do have GO train access. So if you didn't feel like driving downtown Toronto, you do have another way, which is a little bit more consistent. The only thing you're dealing with is train closures, which very, very rarely ever happen, but it does something that could happen and something that has happened in the past as well. Sorry to interrupt the video. A little fun fact is I used to volunteer at the Blue Jays Foundation. It was 50-50 sales. I would be selling those up until I believe it was the third inning. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was actually, she worked there. So it was kind of cool. I got to go to volunteer. First 3 innings, I sold the tickets, and then I got to watch the rest of the game. So it was, I absolutely loved doing that. It was tons of fun. And my wife actually won me this jersey from her ticket sales. So, you know, thank you to her. Now I have a Blue Jays jersey. So let's get back into the video. Mississauga, very expensive. I remember when I was living in Brampton, working Mississauga, driving down McLaughlin and seeing a sign, brand new semi-detached homes starting at $400,000. And I remember thinking that was super expensive, because in Brampton at that point, for $200,000, $300,000 you could get something. So for $400,000, I thought that was out of reach. Now that would have been a huge steal if you're looking to get into the Mississauga market. It is very transit friendly, but it's very busy. And when you go through Square One, which is a huge, huge shopping mall, Highway 10 and Burnham Thorpe, Rathburn, super, super busy streets. So you just want to be aware of that. When you go a little bit more west of Mississauga, you'll have areas like Oakville and Burlington, which are extremely transit friendly. They've constantly been ranked as terms of top places to live in Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto area for that matter, but it's very pricey as well. Oakville is one of the most expensive areas outside of the downtown Toronto core in terms of the real estate prices and things, and it's just because it has always been that poshy type area where if you had money, Oakville would be an area that you would be kind of traveling to live, and it just always maintained that reputation. So Oakville has been growing a lot as well, but the infrastructure was kind of always there. So it's gotten busier, but it's commutable on GO train, and the roads aren't as busy. Burlington, a little bit further than Oakville, and Burlington, a good place to live as well. But again, it's just more on the pricey side, because people who can't afford Mississauga or Oakville, then they might go to the Burlington side, which has just kind of bumped the prices up a little bit. GO train, you have full service there as well on the Lakeshore line. Lakeshore East and Lakeshore West line are lines that they have regular service, and that's what you're looking for, then it's going to be kind of good on that sense. Next, we'll kind of go to Brampton, which is north of Mississauga, and that's where I was born and raised. It's changed a lot. It's gotten super busy. They haven't built up the roads, in my opinion, very well. So the 410, which is your main highway to get into Brampton, can be extremely jam-packed during rush hour. Brampton does have a lot of new immigrants that come because a lot of their family, when they have come, that's kind of where they have established. A lot of people I know and grew up with, they've been leaving Brampton just because of how busy it's gotten and how much it's changed. It's like every part of the Greater Toronto Area, though, it is changing. So a lot of people are embracing that change. If they're not, they're moving away, they're going north, or they're going out of province for that matter. So Brampton, transit friendly as well. They are doing a lot to establish that Shoppers World area, which is Steeles and Highway 10. They're making it like this entertainment hub that's there. So they are putting a lot of growth into Brampton. So they're again making it very, very user-friendly. Just I think April 2023 had changed the GO train. So you could go on the GO train on the weekends now, where before it was only Monday to Friday and it was kind of a reduced service. So that was kind of a big kicker, where now Brampton does have a decent amount of coverage on the GO train. So if you're moving to Brampton, you can get to Union Station on the GO train. And then if you want to go a little bit east of Brampton, you could get into the Bolton and Caledon area. Good options, but not super friendly when it comes to transit and commuting. Outside of that, then you want to go north. You have areas like Newmarket and Markham, which is part of York. And those are just options as well. Those are areas, in my opinion, that have been really built up and the infrastructure hasn't changed. Anytime you're driving through Newmarket on Highway 9, when you're close to the hospital there, there's so many stoplights, and it's just very frustrating when you're in traffic because it's just stop and go. And sometimes you'll go through a light and you don't even actually, the light will go from green to red and it doesn't even change anything. So our first area on the east side outside of Toronto is Pickering, and Pickering Town Centre is behind me. It is one of two major malls within the Durham region, so that's a definite plus. A negative of Pickering is the fact that there's a power plant here. They give radiation pills to anybody who needs them, I guess, just in case of any emergencies that were to happen. That's something I just kind of learned, but yeah, so that's like a negative. The big pluses are you're close to Toronto. Land transfer tax is actually half. So if land transfer tax in Toronto is $36,000, in Pickering it would be $18,000. So that's a big difference for people who are looking to move here. And that's why you have a lot of people who are buying large infill lots and then they're building monster homes on them just because it makes financial sense. You have GO train. So you are the express, so you can get to Union Station within 30 minutes, which is a huge plus for those who you are commuting every day, because it's only 30 minutes and you're right downtown. You don't have to deal with parking or any of those things like that. So that's kind of Pickering. Let's jump on to our next city on the east side, which is Ajax. And so it's right over from Pickering. It's about a 50-minute GO train ride. So if you are looking to move somewhere, you have GO access, you do have it. There's no express. So for that, you would have to go to Pickering. The Ajax does have a waterfront. So that's another thing too. So if you're looking for something where you could go to the beach, Ajax has that. Pickering has it as well. I didn't touch on it, but I have a whole playlist of Pickering set up that would show you kind of that. But then I also have a playlist within Ajax as well. So if you are looking to move to Ajax, I have so much more information on the videos within the channel. And just check out the Ajax playlist and that will help. So this is a building right here in Pickering Village, which I really like it. It reminds me of Germany. And why not have a German restaurant right there as well? So I think that's really kind of cool. So this is the closest we have to a downtown as well, because they have shops and stuff kind of there. A few weeks ago, they had a festival that was here, so you could come and they had food trucks and a whole bunch of little shops. All the stores were open, and it was a really nice thing to kind of check out if you had a family. It was super busy, but again, it was just nice to have that kind of community set up. There was also at the Canadian Tire, which I think is every Sunday during the summer. I forget, maybe around 4 o'clock or so it starts, and it has like all the cars. They have a car display. So if you have an old car or a newer sports car, I guess any car really you want to show off to people, you can go park it there and people just go and check it out and they hang out by their cars, that kind of stuff. So again, strong community here. It's a safe area as well. There's no main shopping mall. So I guess with that, if you did want to go to a mall, you're either going to Pickering, where we just were, or we're gonna have to go to Oshawa, which has the Oshawa Centre, which again is a very large mall there as well. Ajax does have a lot of shopping. It's just more in the big box store setup. So all along Highway 2 or Kingston Road, whatever you want to call it, from pretty much Westney all the way to Audley, you have all of those big box stores. So it has pretty much anything you would possibly want. Again, if you want more information on Ajax, check out the channel on that. Let's move on to Whitby. So if you're leaving Toronto heading east, you have Pickering, Ajax, and then Whitby, which is my home. I've lived here since 2019, so this December will be 4 years. It is a youth-friendly community platinum level. No idea what that means, but I do know from experience there are a lot of children here, a lot of families. So if you are looking to move somewhere that is very, very, very family friendly, this could work for you, bike lanes and all. The homes here range from every kind of home that you would want. There's a waterfront, and then you go north, and then you have the conservation areas. You have tons of development going on here as well. It is on the GO train line as well. It's not the express, so you are looking between 50 minutes and an hour at Brock. So it is commutable to Union Station. It is drivable on the 401, but the 401 traffic is horrible pretty much until you hit Ajax. Then it kind of eases up a little bit. So that kind of covers off Whitby. We've really liked it so far. So let's kind of hop on to our next location, which is Oshawa. So Oshawa was my first home within the Durham region. 2012 is when we moved here, and we lived in Oshawa until 2019 when we did move to Whitby. Oshawa has tons of schools. Let the car pass. Oshawa has tons of schools, like post-secondary. There is Durham College, Ontario Tech University, there's a Trent campus, there's the Oshawa Flight School, and then there's a Queen's University remote campus here as well. So it's definitely great for students. Tons of international students as well. Tons of people who have been watching these videos always ask, just let that car pass, about part-time jobs and jobs for students and accommodations. There are a lot of part-time jobs here because when you have an area that has a lot of students, you'll see that there's a lot of shopping, there's a lot of fast food restaurants, it's just a lot of stuff which caters to part-time work. So there's tons of part-time work here, but there's also tons of students looking for that part-time work. Oshawa is on the GO train line. It's the last stop currently for the regular GO train service, which would get you to Union. It's in and around an hour. My jolt within Oshawa when we've lived here, we first moved to Taunton and Simcoe, and then after that we moved to Park and Rossland, and then after that we moved to North Oshawa, which was at the Simcoe and Winchester type area, brand new Minto home. We always enjoyed living in Oshawa. When we moved to Whitby, more so just because it was just a little bit closer to where our family was at the time, which was in Brampton. But then it was also the schools were good, and it was really a home that we liked that was brand new from Minto as well. And then if you want to go further, I'll leave that in there. If you want to go further, then you have Clarington, which has areas like Curtis and Bowmanville and Newcastle, and so those are kind of like the areas further east. They're not currently on the GO train service, but it is something that will happen. I know that there's been talks with Metrolinx, and it's confirmed, and it's just a matter of when, where the GO train will actually head into Bowmanville. So it's a great option there as well. So again, this kind of covers off the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are looking at moving to the Greater Toronto area and you just want to know more of what living here is actually like. I am here on the ground and I show you all of that. I go live, which I know, to be honest, I haven't gone live in forever, but it is something where if you subscribe and I go live, you'll be able to see that as well. I have helped so many people move here and I absolutely love that. So if you are looking for that same help, all you have to do, call, text, email, send the carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you. And I'm here just to make the move and relocation go so much easier. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos on my channel. And until next time.